change.
Costume coat over, guys.
Make him wave.
That's very funny. Get it? Cut.
I think that's what's going to shine through on this one.
I think it's great fun.
Go for that. Bit embarrassing otherwise.
Henry is the first one there, last to leave, always knows his stuff, is always positive, here to help make the movie the best movie it can be, and he leads by example. I'm so impressed. I've got a show where I'm #1, and I understand the pressure that is, the responsibility that is, and how people look to you and then decide what kind of movie are we making based on, what #1's approach is.
I like it hot.
We're looking at a throat slice here. Parry, throat slice. Puts it into his back and drives it down through the ribs. From this guy, he's stabbing him straight into the ribs. He'll turn him around, off you go out. This is where he'll disembowel him here. Coming, then go into our Shanghai move.
I made a movie previously with Henry called Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I enjoyed very much. Henry and I get on, we work well together. I think he trusts me, and he just had the requisite characteristics that I thought we could elicit together.
It's not working, Lassen. The captain looks agitated. You're not right, let's do that again. Go to 5. Dugga, 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 dugga. Babs, we're dithering. 5. Have a lean back and have a cheeky fan.
So this is my second time working with Guy Ritchie. I worked on The Gentleman. I played Dry Eye, and had the most amazing time doing that process, and this trumps that, just because of the circumstance and because of the cast and because of the movie. So I'm excited for everybody to see this.
Recent playback from that shit. The jives, the pranks, brotherhood.
Day 30 of Guy Ritchie giving me German on the day.
For some reason, it was much funnier back then.
It's been fun. It's been fun. Isa, working with Isa has been really fun. She's wonderful. She's collaborative. She's easy to work with, and she's direct. And it's been a real lovely time working with her.
Okay.
Here we are. So this is me speaking German.
So I've thrown Asa a hospital pass
I can't believe this is happening.
of she now singing German. You like to be challenged.
Bach?
Stein, Heilbachheim.
Bias. You gotta bias.
It was great to be out at sea, and I was pulling up to the ship one day with Henry Cavill, and I looked at him and I was like, this doesn't happen, Only movies like this bring you to places like this, where we look behind us, we've got the mountains of Turkey, these beautiful azure waters, and this old pirate ship that we're pulling up to. I was like, this TV doesn't give you this.
English guys say to port.
These roles, which makes them
Some kind of mad pirate.
Hero had a really good idea. What if these guys don't know we're here? They're wearing headphones, but we just walk in and I then look back at him.
All right, done.
Yeah.
Good idea. Good idea. Is that your idea? Yeah. 5 points.
Shooting on HMS Belfast, I think I went on there in 1975 with my mum, where it looked comparatively modern. So, it's lived on the Thames. I could get there in about 15 minutes on my bicycle from here. It's one of those things that sat there as a London landmark for as long as I've been around.
What suitcase did you have? Coffer. The coffer! Oh! Lady must not be permitted to carry her coffer. So we can blow stuff up.
Brilliant.
Go on, Danny, I'll take him a cheek. So we'll do the funny one and the non-funny one.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So Gus and Freddie, I think they go pretty far back. I think Freddie is one of his most trusted men. Everybody on this mission is picked because of their past history with Gus, and I think they've completed missions beforehand, and so it's one of those relationships which has absolute trust.
I'm an actor, so I'm good at pretending to like people, and Alex over here on my left is slightly more.
It's the
So is it one of those? Look round at Hero. Yeah. Hero's there and go, square, square! Yeah. Okay.
With Guy's direction, I think that's just, there's just a certain spirit. There's an adventurous and sort of laissez-faire, but yet intense spirit that the guys bring. And I think that should give us something.
Alan's very busy. Either away.
Oh, I like that last.
Jump started.
That's it. You've got to go with it. Go.
That is the funniest thing.
The Fernando Poe mission is a story of the underdogs triumphing with the most impossible circumstances. And you know, if you study the history of these characters, the journals, the diaries, the the paperwork that they had to fill out at the end of each mission to explain, there's a really solid picture about what these guys went through, and they were always the underdogs. I mean, they never had the tools they needed. You know, it would be so much easier to air raid that port and just decimate these ships and the areas where the Nazis had the turrets, guarding. I mean, there were tools at the disposal of the Allied forces, but again, it was so politically precarious that you couldn't use those tools. So to have a group of guys who have to go in without the tools they need, nothing but the heart and the will and the mind to find a way to succeed at all costs.
So, by the time the other chaps come up, right? Yes. Are there any live Germans?
I wouldn't imagine.
No, he's just cutting the tongues out of the last two.
More creative?
That's all I need. Don't worry about me. I'll do what I want.
I think what has to happen is you have to understand the characteristics of the historical characters that you're playing, the fundamental character of the role that your actors are then playing. As long as you understand the fundamental essence of who they are, then everything else sorts itself from there. The character sort of writes its own script and its own story, if you will. They write their own character. So you do have to do some historical research on who those characters are.
Take this one.
So, what we'll do is...
Abort this mission now. Hello, can't hear you. Please do off.